உலக மக்களுக்கு திருத்தி பணி கொள்வதற்கு மகாபாரத போரில் ஸ்ரீ கண்ணபிரான் திருவாய் மலர்ந்தருளிய ஸ்ரீமத் பகவத்கீதைக்கு ராமானுஜர், ஆதிசங்கரர், மத்வர் ஆகியோர் விரிவுரைகளை தந்துள்ளனர். நண்பர்களே, தூங்கும்போது மட்டுமே மனிதன் மனிதனாக விளங்குகிறான். ஏனெனில் அப்போதுதான் தன் உடலால் அவன் மற்றைய உயிர்களுக்கு நேரடியாகவோ மறைமுகமாகவோ ஒரு பிரச்சனையாக இருப்பதில்லை. இதுவும் ஒரு பொது இலக்கணம்தான். ஏனென்றால் தூங்கும் அவன் உயிருடன் இருப்பதே விழித்திருக்கும் மற்ற எவர்க்கேனும் ஏதாவது ஒரு வகையில் ஒரு பிரச்சனையாக இருக்கலாம். விழித்திடும் அக்கணம் முதல் இரவு தூங்கப் போகும் வரை அவன் மற்றவருக்கு ஒரு பிரச்சனையாக இருப்பது ஒரு புறம் இருக்கட்டும், அவனே அவனுக்கு ஒரு பிரச்சனையாக குழப்பத்தின் மொத்த வடிவமாக இருப்பதுதான் கவலைக்குரிய ஒன்றாகும். அவனே ஒரு கேள்விக்குறியாக அமைந்திடும்போது மற்றவருக்கு எப்படி எவ்வகையில் ஒரு பயனுள்ள உயிராக திகழ முடியும்? தான் யார், தன் கடமை என்ன, தன் பிறவியின் பயன் என்ன என்பது போன்ற கேள்விகளை எழுப்பிக்கொண்டு அதற்கான விடைகளை அவன் காண்பதற்கு முன் அதற்கான முயற்சியை மேற்கொண்டானாகில் அதுவே அவனை அவனது மற்றைய பிறவிகளிலிருந்து தனித்து காட்டும், ஏன் உயர்த்தியும் காட்டும். இவ்வாறு அவன் உயர ஒரு சிறந்த வழிகாட்டியாக விளங்குவது ஸ்ரீமத் பகவத்கீதையே ஆகும். நண்பர்களே, நாம் நம் பக்தி சிந்தனா சேனலில் ஸ்ரீமத் பகவத் கீதா எ விஷன் என்ற தலைப்பில் பல்வேறு வீடியோக்களில் நாம் இதுவரை சாப்டர் 1 அர்ஜுன விஷாத யோகம், சாப்டர் 2 சாங்கிய யோகம், சாப்டர் 3 கர்ம யோகம் ஆகியவற்றில் உள்ள அனைத்து ஸ்லோகங்களையும் பொருளுடன் அறிந்து மகிழ்ந்தோம் அல்லவா? இன்றைய வீடியோ எண் 105 மூலம் நாம் சாப்டர் 4 ஞான கர்ம சந்நியாச யோகம் என்ற தலைப்பில் நாம் ஏற்கனவே முந்தைய வீடியோவில் கண்ட 10 ஸ்லோகங்களுக்கு பின் 11வது ஸ்லோகம் முதல் 20வது ஸ்லோகம் வரையில் ஸ்ரீ பகவான் மக்களுக்கு எத்தகைய நல்ல கருத்துக்களை எடுத்துரைக்கிறார் என்பதை காண்போம் வாரீர். ஸ்லோகம் எண் 4:11. ஸ்ரீ பகவான் உவாச்ச ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहं मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते மனுஷ்யாக பார்த்த சர்வச்சக. யார் என்னை எப்படி வழிபடுகிறாரோ அவருக்கு நான் அப்படியே அருள் செய்கிறேன். ஹே பார்த்தா, மக்கள் எப்போதும் என் வழியையே பின்பற்றுகிறார்கள். All margas finally go to Sri Isvara. Sri Bhagavan speaks, in whatever way people worship me, for whom I am offering my blessings in that same way only. Hey Partha, people always do follow only my own way. Food items are available in different ways. There is also a difference between their tastes, nature and purity, etc. A food which is favorable to one Jivan may also be a poison to another Jivan. But Jivans consume only acceptable food and digest it. From that food it gets strength also. So growth of body by way of food is its use. As such, there are different religions in this world. There may also be differences between these religions. One religion says Vigraha Aradhana is a Mahapapa, but another one religion says as man by himself is a Vigraha, has only through Aradhana of another Vigraha can reach Parameshwara. So whatever religion it be, for all such religions, Sri Isvara is the Adinayaka, that is only Isvara. So for those who pray through whatever religion, Sri Isvara gives the strength for attaining him through whatever that way it be. His anugraha will be there for all religions. Differences in religions is also required to suit each man's nature, but it is also necessary to get equality in prayers of all religions. For those who need mukti, Sri Bhagavan gives them mukti. For those who need bhoga, bhoga is given to them by God. As God is present in bhoga vastus also, people go only towards Sri Bhagavan. So all Jivans finally reach only Sri Isvara through different margas. Sri Isvara is like Karpaka Vriksha offering whatever is required by Manushyas. But instead of attaining Sri Isvara, people likes to get only smaller things in the world. Why? Answer comes in the next sloka. Slogam எண் 4:12. Sri Bhagavan uvacha காங்ஷந்தக கர்மணாம் சித்திம் யஜந்த இஹதேவதாக க்ஷிப்ரம் ஹிமானுஷே லோகே சித்திர்பவதி கர்மஜா. வினைப்பயனை விரும்புகிறவர்கள் இம்மையில் தேவதைகளை வணங்குகிறார்கள். ஏனென்றால் உலகத்தில் வினைப்பயன் விரைவில் ஏற்படுகிறது. Benefit of prayers to small devadas. Sri Bhagavan speaks, those who likes karma phala makes prayers to devadas in this birth, because in this world karma phala comes to Jivans immediately after their prayers. It is very easy to get karma phala than Atma Gnana. The words this birth and Manushya Loka are all meant for this world, which is clearly seen by Indriyas. Ajnanis show affection only on worldly objects which are available easily because they need those objects. Keeping close relationship with Raja is very difficult, but such relationship will give all happiness and greatness. It becomes easier to get contact with lower level people, but the benefit what we get from them will also be very poor. For those who make Aradhana for Sarvesvara, Bhakti Jnana, Mukti, etc. will automatically come to them. For those who pray to small devatas, the karma phala to the extent of their prayers also would come to them. But differences in their maturity level will vary between man to man. Their desires also differ from each other. Then how can we classify them according to their mental maturity? Answer comes in the next sloka. श्लोकम् एण् 4:13 श्रीभगवानुवाच चातुर्वर्ण्यं महासृष्टं गुणकर्मविभागसः तस्य कर्तारमभिमां विद्यकर्तारमव्ययम् குணத்துக்கும் கர்மத்துக்கும் தக்கபடி 4 வர்ணங்களை நான் படைத்தேன். அதற்கு கர்த்தா என்றாலும் என்னை அவிகாரி என்றும் அகர்த்தா என்றும் அறிக. Chaturvarnas and karmas. Sri Bhagavan speaks, according to Jivans, Gunas and Karmas, I have made Srishtis of Jivans with Chaturvarnas, that is 4 Varnas. Though I am the Karta for this action, you must learn that I am also the Avikari, that is Nirvikari, and Akarta, that is not a Karta. According to Guna Bheda, that is differences in Gunas, Srishti of Jivans happens. A Jivan with Sattva Guna is called Brahmana. Jivan with Sattva Guna and with little Rajoguna is called Kshatriya. Jivan with a major portion of Rajoguna with little Sattva and Tamagunas is called Vaishya. Jivan with major portion of Tamoguna with little Rajoguna is called Sudra. Sattva's Varna is white, Rajoguna's Varna is red, Tamoguna's Varna is black. As such, Brahmana's Varna is white, Kshatriyan's Varna is red like Sentamarai, Vaishyan's Varna is yellow, Sudran's Varna is black. These Varnas are not to be taken from the Varna of their Stula Sharira. In Europe, all people are white in their Stula Sharira, but they are not Brahmanas. Americans are red in Varna, but they are not Kshatriyas. Mongolians are yellow colored in Stula Sharira. Here, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna are Indians having black Varna. So, Stula Sharira's Varna will not suit for their gunas. So, Chatru Varnas depend on their antakarna and or nature of their mind. These 4 varnas are based on their birth. When there is a control of samuga's discipline, they can be said to go with sattvaguna. In the present situation, varnas can't be compared with birth. Based on their atyatma vidyai, these 4 varnas are based on mana paribhaga, that is maturity of mind. So as per their mana Paribhaga, even out of 4 brothers, one can be a Brahmana, another can be a Kshatriya, the other one can be a Vaishya, and the last one can be a Sudra. When one who goes up in Varnas, his involvement in Paravidya gets increased. When he goes down in Varnas, his affection in Karma Phala gets increased. As in ripened fruit, the outer skin, pulp and seed are getting themselves separated from each other. But in raw condition, these are all seen as one. In Varna, for a top reached person, Atma Tattva, Prakriti Tattva are all seen clearly by him. But for a person with lower Varna without having Mana Paribhaga, this Paravidya can't be reached in his mind. Karmas for these 4 Varnas are explained in 18th chapter, Sloka numbers 42, 43 and 44. Naturally, in all living beings of 3 gunas, these 4 varnas will be there. In worldly life, it is also quite natural for one varna to become the other varna. If a people of any one samuga with their varna dharma suits with paramarthika truth, that samuga will get developed. If there is a hindrance in this action, then that samuga will get affected. So, avatara purushas who takes avatara are making varna dharma under control. Though Sri Bhagavan made Srishti of this Sloka, he is not the Karta. Its inner meaning is explained in chapter 9, Sloka numbers 5 to 10. So, as Sri Bhagavan is not the Karta for the karmas of all Prakritis, what is happening explained in the next Sloka. Slokam எண் 4:14. Sri Bhagavan na mam karmani limpanti na me karma pale spruha iti mam yos bijanati karma birna sabatyate. கர்மங்கள் என்னை தீண்டுவதில்லை, எனக்கு கர்ம பலனில் ஆசை இல்லை. இவ்வாறு என்னை அறிபவன் கர்மங்களில் கட்டுப்படுவதில்லை. ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ், கர்மாஸ் வில் நாட் கம் டு மீ அண்ட் ஈவன் டச் மீ. தெர் இஸ் நோ ஆசா ஆர் டிசையர் ஃபார் மீ இன் கர்மபலா. ஸோ ஹூ எவர் நோஸ் அபவுட் மை above qualities will not get tied up in karmas. For those who have ahankara, their karmas create manovikara, that is mental disturbance. But even little ahankara also is not there with Sri Bhagavan. So he is in such a position that karmas can't even touch him. Asa is a kind kind of manobhava which likes to get everything which has not been attained so far. But Sri Bhagavan is Paripurnan. He keeps everything with him and he is also far from all such things. So there is nothing for which Sri Bhagavan need to attain, as he is the one who created everything. Anyone who knows Sri Bhagavan's Swarupa have also become persons without ahankara and asas. No karma will bring them under control. When they know about higher position in worldly life, they will also stand higher. Whether those who know that Sri Bhagavan is Nirvikari have come out of their karmas permanently, Sri Bhagavan speaks about this in the next sloka. Slokam எண் 4:15. Sri Bhagavan uvacha एवं ज्ञात्वा कृतं कर्म पूर्वैरपि मोक्षुभिः गुरुकर्मैव तस्मात् त्वं பூர்வைஹி பூர்வதரம் கிருதம். இங்கனம் என்னை அறிந்து முன்னாளைய முமுட்சுக்களும் கர்மம் செய்தனர். ஆகையால் நீயும் முன்னாளில் முன்னோர்கள் செய்த கர்மத்தையே செய்வாயாக. ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ். இன் earlier days also mumukshus, that is jnanis, by knowing this tattva did their karmas. So Arjuna, you also do your karma as was done by your ancestors in earlier days. Those who have taken birth along with their own viveka, that is wisdom, will live only from ahankara and asas, but he is not living from his karmas. All those who liked to get mukti from their early days have followed only this practice. This is not the practice created only for Arjuna. Then why Arjuna had this mental confusion about this? But there is no acharyas, that is Ascharya, that is speciality in this, because the reason is explained in the next sloka. A mumukshu is the one who is intensely yearning for liberation from these cycles of birth and death. Mumukshutva is a power that gives strength to develop vairagya, dispassion, and bhava virakti, detachment. Is it necessary to have vairagya and bhava virakti? Yes. To some extent, an individual has to have these two, since it helps him to resist the temptations of the senses which could lead him to get engrossed in the worldly pleasures which might affect his self-discipline while he is threading the path of self-realization. Slokam எண் 4:16. Sri Bhagavan uvacha kim karma kimakarmeti kavayospyatra mohitaga tatte karma pravakshyami yajnatva mokshase சுபாத். கர்மம் எது அகர்மம் எது என்பதில் ஞானிகளே குழப்பமடைகிறார்கள். எதை கர்மம் என்று அறிந்து கேட்டிலிருந்து விடுபடுவாயோ அதை நான் உனக்கு கூறுகின்றேன். கர்ம தத்வா எக்ஸ்பிளைன்ட் இன் ஸ்லோகா நம்பர்ஸ் 4:16 to 4:22. What is karma? What is akarma? Even jnanis get confused in this moha. So Arjuna, I will explain to you what is the real karma from which you will get relieved from all ashubhas, that is birth and death evils. The greatest one of all ashubhas, that is evils, is birth illness, that is punarapi jananam punarapi maranam. In order to get rid of this endless burden, we should know the karma phala of all our previous janmas. We should not misunderstand and come to a conclusion that karma is to drive our body continuously to work hard. Karma is something different from what we do physically in our day-to-day life. Slokam எண் 4:17. Sri Bhagavan uvacha karmano hyavi bodhavyam sak vikarmanaha akarmanassa bodhavyam kahana karmano gatihi. ஏனென்றால் கர்மத்தின் போக்கை பற்றி தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும், விலக்கப்பட்ட கர்மத்தை பற்றி தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும், ஞானத்தை பற்றியும் தெரிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டும். கர்மத்தின் போக்கு அறிவதற்கு அருமையானது. Sri Bhagavan speaks. The nature of karma's effects are to be understood. One should also learn about the karmas which are kept away from practice, that is not practicable karmas. Also the position which are beyond the karmas is also to be understood. So karma's nature is very difficult to understand. Whatever work the shastras advise us to do is the karma. The work which are not to be done as advised by shastras is vikarma. Analysis of vikarma is not taken in this chapter. It is handled in 16th and 17th chapters. What is the nature of karma and akarma explained in the next sloka. Slokam எண் 4:18. Sri Bhagavan uvacha karmanya karma yak paccheta karmanīca karmayaha ச புத்திமான் மனுஷ்யேஷு ச யுக்தக கிருத்ஸ்ன கர்மகிருத். கர்மத்தில் ஞானத்தையும் ஞானத்தில் கர்மத்தையும் காண்பவன் எவனோ அவனே மக்களுள் அறிவாளி, அவனே யோகி, அவனே எல்லா கர்மங்களையும் செய்து முடித்தவன். Sri Bhagavan speaks. One who sees akarma in karma and karma in akarma is a buddhiman, that is a man with viveka or wise man out of all worldly people. He is the yogi. He is the person who has finished everything in his life. Karma is the nature of prakriti. So Avivegis, that is Ajnanis, get confused without knowing the difference between these two. A passenger in a train thinks that all the trees are running in opposite direction while his train is moving. He creates an action in the one which is inactive. So this is due to Ajnana, in which karma, that is activity, is created in akarma, that is inactive object. As such, in sea, a ship which is moving in long distance is seen as standing without movement for the people who view this from the coast. The same is the situation for moon in the sky also. Here also, due to Ajnana, karma is seen as akarma. Naturally, it can't be said that karma is seen as karma and akarma as akarma, because of moga, the nature of one object is loaded onto another object. Ajnanis always think that he himself is the Deha. I am working and I am in rest, etc. are the mogas, and he keeps all the Prakriti's work on his Atma, as he doesn't know Prakriti is different and Atma is different. This type of person, even if he sits idle without having any activity, till such time his Ahankara and Kartritva, that is thinking self as Karta exists, he is deemed to have done karma. This Ajnana Buddhi is the state of karma in akarma. But for a Jnani who knows Atma Swarupa, there is no Ahankara. Though his body works continuously, his Atma exists as Sakshi, that is evidence. It is not at all connected to any of his karma. One who is sleeping in rail travel is not a person who either walks or lost his sleep. So a karma which is done by body is not reaching the Atma. This status is called akarma in karma. This is possible only for Jnanis and the Vivegis, that is wise people. This is the Chara of Sankara Bhashya. Karma, activities which are performed with the use of Sharira. Karma, Jnana. A man is regularly doing cooking. Cooking is the karma done by him. Then day to day, it leads him to the jnana of good cooking. So the act of seeing akarma in karma ends with jnana for those who are doing karma, which can be experienced by them every day. One, after attaining the jnana of good cooking, it becomes a special skill for him to do this cooking. This stage is called seeing karma in akarma. By this way, karma helps development of jnana. Development of jnana leads to doing karma with all special skills. A karma of leading good life makes Atmakjnana. Those who attained Atmakjnana makes their life with greatness, taking it higher. Sri Ramanujacharya's Bhashyam. Karma, work done by Jivans. Akarma, Vishnu. Bhagavan Sri Vishnu's karma. Jivans think that he is the karta for whatever work done by him. Truly speaking, those karmas are all Bhagavan Sri Vishnu's karmas. Here, when one removes his thinking with ahankara of I am the karta and creates a feeling that whatever karmas done through him are all Bhagavan Sri Vishnu's karmas, he is the person who sees akarma in karma. In dream, for a karma done by a Jivan, he is not the karta. Those karmas are also Bhagavan Sri Vishnu's karmas only. Because in dream, when a Jivan is not being a karta, he is in akarma. During that dream, also anyone who feels Vishnu's karma in such a dream sees karma in akarma. So the karmas done by a man with a feeling of his karma, and also the karmas done by him without avankara, everything is Bhagavan Sri Vishnu's karmas only. Anyone who knows this tattva is only a buddhiman. Sri Madhvacharya Bhashyam. Karma's nature is to make jivans tie in karma bandha. But when one who makes karma as Iswararpana without having ahankara and mamakara, such a karma will not make the man to lie in karma bandha. Karma which is done as naishkamya karma even removes all old karma. So seeing a karma in karma changes the karma which creates bandha into a free karma, a knot of which is being released from all activities. Due to laziness and being unwise, then when anyone who is not doing any good work, that is doing good to others, etc., he faces all sorrows. Karma bandha is also getting increased. An act of not doing good to others becomes a karma, because of which what he gets becomes a karma. As such, what he gets becomes a karma. As such, seeing karma in a karma is Viveki's actions. Sridharar Bhashyam. In both the situations of Samuga's crowded life and silent Ekanta lonely life, mind should be adjusted. Akarma in karma while doing yuddha and its equivalent karmas, mind is staying with Shanta Swarupa. Karma in akarma, doing karma for the purpose of outer world means while sitting in a cave in Ekanta, mind like Tailadhari always goes towards Sriswara, and which is the best karma. Mind which got adjusted in one side is said to have attained half maturity. Some people may get trained in Ekanta Vasa, Those people, when comes towards Samuga's crowded place, they are getting confused. Some others are living in Jamana Samuga. They are not able to live in Ekantavasa. So those who know to live in one place alone, that is either in crowded place or in Ekantavasa, are trained only partially. Because in Ekanta, the act of Sri Ishvara Chintana is done. In Samuga's crowded place, even Shanti itself is staying in the mind. Only those who have trained in both these situations are called Nirai Manushya, that is fully attained matured Manushya. Swami Vivekananda's Tattva. Both Sri Krishna and Arjuna are coming to Amarkala, that is war zone. See, Bhagavan runs the Ratha. Partha also comes to war zone for taking up the war. Arjuna now only understands the Yadhartha, that is truth, as to whom he should start the war and how he should fight with them, etc. Suddenly he understands the situation in war zone, and as a result he throws his bow and arrows, saying that this war is not required, and sits without any action. These two actions are given by Sri Bhagavan and Partha, which are contradictory with each other. An explanation for akarma in karma comes here for Sri Bhagavan's actions, like Bhagavan's willingness and the way in which he runs Ratha, etc. While in Ratha, Sri Bhagavan holds all four white horses through strong ropes. As an indication of giving Gitobadesha, in his right hand he holds a chin mudra shown outwards. When hands are shown like this, his Mukhavilasa, that is face, gives another indication. In his face, Shanti is clearly seen. This shows that mind stays strong like mountains. So karma is related to Prakriti. The greatest truth of Purusha is not doing karma is explained by Sri Krishna. So while doing karma, there is Vishranti. This is an example for akarma in karma. Now Arjuna, after throwing his bow and arrow, sits silently without any action. Though he comes away from his karma, he has got mental confusion. Fear hurts him in one side, sorrows also make him suffer in another side. This status is karma in akarma. Sri Krishna Paramatma shows how a yogi should run this worldly life. A man should not get confused like Arjuna, which is his lower status of mind. Statements of all Bhashyas advises the same tattva. One who analyzes this tattva is a buddhiman. He is a yogi also. Mukti as well as winning both the logas are also possible for him. Sri Ramakrishna was in akarma in outer vision. Inside his mind, a karma of Sri Ishvara Aradhana has taken place. Sri Vivekananda, whilst in karma Lokai Hidam, inside he was in akarma of Atmaswarupa. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Supadesha. As a small boy who holds a stamba, that is pillar, is running around it without any fear, we should keep our mind in Sri Ishvara and do our duty. So you will not face any dangers in your life. श्लोकम् 4:19 श्री भगवान् उवाच यस्य सर्वे समारम्भाः कामसङ्कल्पवर्जिताः ஞானாக்னிதக்தகர்மாணம் தமாகுः பண்டிதம் புதாः. எவனுடைய கர்மங்கள் எல்லாம் ஆசையும் சங்கல்பமும் இல்லாதனவோ, எவனுடைய கர்மங்கள் ஞானத்தீயினால் எரிக்கப்பட்டனவோ அவனை பண்டிதன் என்று ஞானிகள் சொல்கின்றார்கள். ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ், those whose all karmas are done without asa, that is desires, and sankalpa, that is expectations, and those whose karmas are burnt with jnana agni, that is jnana agni, are called pandita, that is Jnanavan by great jnanis. Pandita, that is Jnanavan by great jnanis. Rope is used to tie something. After it is burnt with fire, it loses its rupa and strength, and it can't be used for towing. As such, karma, when done with asa and sankalpa, it ties a man in karma bandha. For those who do karmas with the feeling that these karmas which comes from Sarveswara is also offered to Sarveswaragni, that is Sarveswara Agni, there is no ahankara in him. He is also not having a thinking that I am the karta. So even if he is involved in karmas continuously without any gap, he is not getting tied in karma bandhas. He is also called as Jnanavan by great jnanis. While in karma, how akarma stands towards him explained in the next sloka. Slokam 4:20 Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Tyaktva karma पलासंगम नित्य तृप्तो निराश्रयः कर्मण्यभि பிரவருத்தோஸ்பி நைவ கிஞ்சித் கரோதி சக. கர்ம பலத்தில் பற்றில்லாதவனாய் எப்போதும் திருப்தியுடையவனாய் எதையும் சாராதவனாய் இருப்பவன் கர்மத்தில் ஈடுபட்டாலும் அவன் கர்மம் செய்கிறவன் இல்லை. ஸ்ரீ பகவான் ஸ்பீக்ஸ், ஒன் who is not having affection in his karma phala and not depending on anything involved in karma is deemed to be a person not doing karma. An action which is done outside doesn't show what is akarma. A mindset existing inside only gives explanation for akarma. A postman comes and gives money order and makes the receivers happy. At the same time, he also gives letters containing sad news to some people and makes them suffer. But he is not very much attached to such happiness and sorrows. As such, a yogi do all such karmas as Sarveswara Saradhana. As he is not having any affection, he becomes a Nitya Triptan, that is with satisfaction. For doing karma without affection in karma phala, even for Raja to Nitya Bhikshan. There is no necessity to depend on anybody. So one who is in such a mentality is said to be staying in akarma in karma. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Supatesa. For Atma Jnana, Jnana Sadhana is necessary. But when Purna Viswasa is available, little Abhyasa is enough. Once Sri Vyasar came for crossing the Yamuna river. At that time, Gopika Stris also came there. There is no boatman there. So those Gopika Stris asked Vyasar how to cross this river. For that, Vyasar told, don't worry, I will help you. But before he asked him, I am very hungry, do you have anything to eat? Then they gave milk, butter, etc. to him. Then Sri Vyasar, after consuming it, prayed to Yamuna Devi. Hey Yamuna Devi, if it is true that I am making fasting today, please give way for us. Then there is a way between Yamuna river. They crossed the river. These Gopika Stris wondered how he could tell that he is in fasting after he ate all milk and butter. But all that consumed is only the Antaryami Sarveswara, not by Vyasar. Only due to his Viswasa Bala, he prayed like this. Gopika Stris doesn't know this truth in Sri Vyasar. நண்பர்களே, ஸ்ரீ பகவான் நமக்கு கூறும் அறிவுரைகளை கேட்கும்போது நமக்கும் அந்த பற்றினை அறுத்திட வேண்டும் என்று தோன்றும். ஆனால் அதற்கான மனப்பக்குவம் பெற்றிட வேண்டும். அந்த மனப்பக்குவத்தை நாம் இந்த வாழ்க்கையில் பெற அந்த ஸ்ரீ பகவானையே நமஸ்கரித்து வேண்டிக் கொள்வோமாக. தேங்க்யூ ஆல்.